So, over the last couple of weeks, almost month now actually, the community has had a large outcry, been very outspoken to Pokemon GO app, to Niantic, Pokemon Company International, all together trying to figure out whose idea this was to remove certain features from the game, what their reasoning was, what stood behind the decision, and what stood behind the decision to not talk out to the community at all, have no avenue for communication whatsoever. And then, apparently, Niantic decided to make an announcement. So I got sent the video of what their announcement was. So why don't we go ahead and sit down and talk about it. Alright, so I've got the announcement right here on my phone. Let's go ahead and watch it together real quick. That had nothing to do with the community concerns. That was the Ultra Unlock 3 announcement. And if I might add, a very disappointing one. And wow. So we're going to continue to ignore the community, I guess, and just make announcements without bothering to address the concerns. And well, it goes much deeper than that, and normally I would skip right over an announcement like this. Like, legitimately, I wouldn't even give it the time of day. But we need to load in app here and actually talk about this announcement, because it has so much involved in it that it makes me want to scream, because it's all even worse when we actually load into it, because they've ignored us. They've ignored us to the point that, I'll just throw this up here right now, Liz, the community manager from Niantic, has quit. Now, we know in the past week she received death threats. She received no help from Niantic about this. There was no public announcement about that either from them. There was no acknowledgement, just deal with it. And as far as we know, there have been no statements or announcements as to why she left, but I can assume that's probably something to do with it. Now let's go ahead and open the news and look at this blog real quick. This is not a formal video for this. Oh hey, there's that announcement we just got. This is just to show you the dates and times of the event, and to show you that they're releasing new Pokemon in the wild, which is cool, I guess, but they're also releasing Shiny Galarian Stunfisk, Shiny Galarian Farfetch'd and Sirfetch'd. They're releasing Shiny Galarian Weezing, and all of these will be locked behind eggs and raids. That's all I'm going to go over this. They do say there is going to be themed research tasks and timed research, whatever, and they split the raids over 2 weeks of the Ultra Unlock, and oh, they're giving us Zacian and Zamazenta. They're completely skipping over Gen 7, but yeah, that's my very, very informal announcement. I'm not going to be going over this in another video. I'm not going to be dedicating a video to this tips or tricks or hacks video or anything like I know you guys have asked me for recently to do, because I don't want to give this any more publicity than to complain about it right now and move on from it, because, well, we'll discuss my thoughts and opinions on spending here right now. But that's Niantic's response to the community outcry for why they decided to take away double stop and gym distance, double effectiveness of incense. But let's sit down and ask ourselves a question. They didn't remove sponsored gifts, which bring them to you. They didn't remove sponsored stops. They didn't remove remote raid passes. They didn't remove super incubators. They essentially only removed the things that would help players with accessibility problems play, help hardcore grinders play even better. They took away everything other than what they can guarantee will make them money, which makes no sense to me because I feel like, for me, and I know I'm probably going to get some heat for this in the comments, but I want you to tell me down in the comments your honest opinions, because I'm not going to tell you how I know, but I know that someone partnered with Niantic is watching this. They watch a lot of influencers, big and small, so this will get back to them one way or another. Let me know your opinions and thoughts down in the comments. And for me, the stop distance does not directly affect me as an able-bodied person. That being said, I stand for everyone when I stand for a community problem, and I will wholeheartedly say, whereas it does not affect me directly, I'm still mad as hell about it because I enjoyed it. It made my grind route so much easier, and I focused 100% on catching Pokemon, and 99% of the time, unless I was looking for a specific task, I would let the gacha go plus whatever Niantic take care of my stop spending for me. When I'm not able to play, when I'm worrying about driving, running errands, doing paperwork, investment things, the gacha took care of things for me at home with the incense. I will tell you this, when incense first came out, they were useless, and they are reverted back to completely useless at, if you're lucky, a spawn every 5 minutes, unless you're moving, which I feel that penalizes me because, you know, you guys all know, I'm out grinding 8, 9, 10 plus hours a day. I gotta sit to hydrate. I gotta sit to eat. I have to stop so my legs don't fall off every now and then. So the second I stop moving, my incense becomes ineffective. But there's no feature for me to pause the incense and go, okay, I don't want it to run right now. They just get to determine, okay, you stop moving, you stop getting spawns. It also seems that Niantic has gotten to determine the fact that the community, one, doesn't have a voice, but the world isn't still in a very uneasy place. No matter what your thoughts and opinions, feelings, facts, science, whatever, has to do with the pandemic, it's still there. There are countries that are using military to enforce at-home lockdowns. There are states and countries and cities where cases are at all-time highs. And again, it doesn't really matter at this point what your feelings are on the pandemic itself. The fact is it's still there for many countries, many states. Different states handle it different ways. People can't just go into certain places. And let's also talk about safety and accessibility. We have many handicap players and communities all over the world. I know many of them personally. In a wheelchair, crutches. They have daily crutches because of the way their legs don't work. They have to walk with their arms. I know you guys know what I'm talking about. And these people don't always have the ability to go all the way up to a stop into the middle of a field. And I will tell you this from personal experience, a park over here, when it rains, oh my God, you can go past ankle deep in water. I don't want to do that to my shoes to walk across a field to spin a Pokestop. But when they did the distance, we could spin that stop looping around the park. I don't understand what Niantic thinks this is doing and talking about, oh, it gets you out there playing. Do you think we weren't out there playing before? Do you think the people that have the freedom, like myself, to actually go out and play weren't because of a Pokestop distance? I can't reach the stop from here. And you guys know, if you go back and watch my videos, when I lived in San Diego, when I lived in Atlanta, when I lived in Winston-Salem, we lived legitimately on Pokestops every place we lived. Did you see me making videos at home all the time? No, I was still going out. It bettered the quality of the game. It did not harm gameplay in any way, and it broadened the horizons of everybody who could play. And for people who could play at home with a stop and incense, you were still making money, we were still allowing players to play, and we weren't encouraging spoofing. I don't understand why Niantic feels they always need to, for some reason, cater to hackers, spoofers, and I'm just gonna say this for the record, if you hack to get coins, if you hack your GPS and you want to spoof and that's just how you want to play, I'm not judging how you play. I could care less. There are some people out there that are die-hard hardcore against anybody playing in any other way. It's not the way I play. But I also don't live your life. Live your life according to the way you want to. The way you want to spend, the way you want to play. I'm not going after you about that. I'm still going directly after Niantic and saying they cater to the wrong party when they claim they want people to play more and play better, but then they take away the features that we were using to do so, and now turn it back around to, well, if you spoof, you won't see any of these problems. If you play legit, well, play legit and deal with what we give you. There has been a major community outcry, and the reason I chose to make this video today and post it today is because I will put up on screen, and this is just a couple, but there are hundreds and thousands and thousands. We are number 2 currently, as I'm making this video, trending on Twitter, #HearUsNiantic. And I want to say that, at least for the majority of what I've seen, it is being handled with constructive criticism. We're not lashing out, we're not going at the throat, we're not attacking people. Some people are, but there will be toxicity in any community. No matter what you do, it will always be there. But we are trying to get Niantic to understand that we have a voice. We need to be heard because we are the player base that makes their business actually a business. Let's talk about Halo. I mentioned this in my Discord. Do you know anybody that plays Halo anymore? No, because they're not making games anymore, because they did the same thing to their community. The creators gave up and went to other games, the players gave up and went to other games, and Halo just died. I don't want to see that happen to this game that we all love, that we grew together as a community, that even with the problems we have sometimes, we love each other. We're a nerd family for life, and that's what we want to be. I just don't get how a company can go every day and be like, we'll deal with it later. We are literally trending in the most negative way possible on Twitter, and they still are sitting at San Francisco headquarters. And I'd also like to point out, they have an office literally 4 minutes up the road from my apartment. And nothing. They don't care. And it was brought to the community's attention, an article from an ex-employee. If you talk to people in my Discord, if you talk to my OG subscribers, I brought this up years ago. Now, I'm not going to go into why I believe it's just now being brought up and it wasn't when I tried to bring it to public light, because I'm not here to discuss any negativity in the community other than the fact that us as a whole are being neglected, ignored, and Niantic, the Pokemon company, Pokemon GO app, all 3 of them do not seem to care, and that is no longer okay. So, people asked me to make this video to discuss that topic and one more, and that is spending in Pokemon GO. In my opinion, that's where you're going to hit them where it hurts. Now, I am a full-time content creator. I may not be as big as the rest, but I am still a full-time content creator. This is what I do right now. And I'm never going to make the excuse against the community that it's a business decision. I have to do it to make money. If I don't ignore you guys and your thoughts and opinions, I won't make a paycheck. Because 1, that's just not true. This makes me essentially no money. My money comes from investments, and my spending habits are my own. They're not your fault. They're not Niantic's fault. They're not anybody's fault. And that's why I will tell you, since the day before those went into place, they changed everything back over. I ran out of coins, which were leftover coins from GoFest and the Dialga raids. I have 27 coins, no remote passes, no incense, no incubators, nothing, and I will not be buying them right now. That's what I want to say right now. I don't know where Niantic is going to go, and I also don't know what's going to happen that will change my mind. What I will tell you, because I am honest up front, I will most likely never stop 110% spending in this game. Am I going to raid for Heracross? No, because MJ and I are actually planning a trip. We're going to go hunt it in the wild. I don't want Heracross shiny from a raid. I don't like getting shinies from raids unless they are 100% raid exclusive. Heracross is not. I have a fully maxed out 100% Best Buddy Heracross because it used to spawn every single day where I used to live. I can go hunt it. As for shiny Palkia, I'm going to try to get it with the remaining, I think I have 9 premium battle passes. I'll use those until they run out. If I get it then, cool. If not, I'll use my 2 free remote, or not remote, but regular passes you get at a gem a day to try to get it. If that doesn't work, I don't care about Palkia. I don't care about the unknown. I will hunt the wild. I will not spend money on incubators for eggs. I will hunt the raid or research tasks if they have them. That's it. As for the part 3 of the unlock, if they still have not said anything by then, I will continue creating content. But I will not be doing raid-based content. I will be doing, like my boy Casual Coops does, free-to-play content until something changes or an event comes up that I feel like I want to participate in. I don't feel like them skipping an entire generation, skipping everything we've had an outlash and an outcry for, announcing an entire paywall locked event is something I want to spend money on. It's not worth it to me. Now, they may release something in the future that I'll go, yeah, I want to play that. I'm going to do it. And if you decide not to, that's fine. If you decide to, that's fine. Do not take your frustrations of Niantic out on other people, because the fact is, I'm boycotting today. I am. I'm following in line with everybody else. I'm choosing not to spend money today. I'm just not having fun with the game right now, and that's why I'm choosing not to. But if my mind changes and I choose to, I can 1000% tell you this. A company like Niantic, they don't care if you stop spending or spend your entire life savings until they want a change and see that, oh man, we messed up, we need a change. They're not going to. I wholeheartedly don't know how I feel if this will make a difference or not, but we're trying, and that's what matters. If the game continues on in the same path, I think that's where you need to reevaluate what makes you happy or unhappy about the game, because if they're not listening and they're not going to listen, then you have to figure out how you can move forward and make yourself happy with playing. And if that means not playing anymore, delete it. Show them that way. Maybe that will change their mind if we lose enough players. But don't sit there and think you have to make yourself unhappy by not playing to send a message. If playing is making you unhappy, then stop playing. Don't worry about it. Everybody is going to be different. No two opinions are going to be exactly the same. And us as a community, if we're going to have the company fighting against us every step of the way, we need to reevaluate ourselves as a community and how we move forward. But, I mean, that's just how I feel. I just want you guys to know now, so you don't see me one day in the future drop $1 or $2, $100, whatever, in game, and you go, well, you said no, I didn't. And I'm not going to, because I know myself. I could look at you all and go, nope, I'm not spending a dime ever again. I'm done. I'm free to play for the rest of my life. And a month from now, a week from now, a day from now, depending on what they do, could change that like that. And I'm not the backpedaling type. It's not what I'm going to do. And I know myself. I know some of my players and a lot of my followers too. They feel the same way. They've reduced their budget. They haven't completely cut it. I have. And quite honestly, my wallet feels a whole lot heavier since I have. And I think that's how I'm going to go moving forward, is take my own advice, reevaluate how I play, and move forward. That being said, a lot of the tweets I showed you guys, we're trying to continue moving on Twitter. So please, if you haven't already, go follow me on Twitter. Go follow everybody on Twitter, whoever you want to. Just retweet that. retweet hashtag Niantic Hear Us, the community letter, retweet it all. Keep us trending, keep them listening, and eventually they will have to break and either come out and say, yeah, we heard you, we don't care, or yeah, we heard you, this is how we're going to try to move forward. But that's my thoughts and opinions of the double stop and gym distance. I really think it was a great quality of life update that they should bring back. The incense effectiveness, whether you're moving or not, should never go away. It makes incense worth every penny. And I mean, I feel like I've spent probably $1,000, if not more, just on incense. And I don't understand why they think that needed to be removed. A lot of people are completely behind us that this is a publicity stunt for more money from sponsored stops because they weren't being active enough with people and the sponsors were going to pull them and walk away. So Niantic thought this was a way to fix that instead of maybe working a deal out with them. Like, hey, if you go to Starbucks, you and your, friend, or you and your wife, your significant other, your boyfriend, your husband, whatever, your cousin, I don't care, go in, you get a BOGO drink if you're there playing Pokemon to spend the stop. Like, collab, work with us. I don't care that I'm under 4,000 subscribers. For those that don't know, business management was what I went to college for. I own and operate a successful business. I'm a successful investor. That's how I afford to do this and make no money from it. I would love to collaborate with them because working one-on-one with people, working 1 on 1,000 with people is something I'm very good at. And I'm not asking for pay out of it. I'm asking to let our voices be heard, and that's it. But if Niantic is listening, that's what we're looking for. Hear us. That's what we want. We want a change in the community. We don't want the community or the game or anything to die out. We just want it to be better. That being said, I'm going to go wrap this up because I'm taking the day off and I'm going to enjoy it, and I hope all of you will too. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments, how your playing habits are going to change, or if you're just done with the game in general, and what you think we can do as a community to fix Niantic neglecting us. And, well, that's it, guys. If you do agree with me, if you don't agree with me, let me know your thoughts and opinions, and make sure to like the video before you head out. If you're new here, you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. It truly helps me out. And make sure to turn on the notification bell when you do, so you're notified when my videos post, whenever the next one is going to be based on recent events. And if you want to help us keep growing and you love it and you want to just show me a little bit of support, the links to all of my support channels are down in the description, and I will catch you guys in the next one.